Ironwood Games, this is Andrew. Welcome back to our quick draft of Phyrexia, all will be one. We are going to take in our black-white control-y deck and try and drag out some games and get a win off of Kaya. Again, so we at 1-1, we found success in the last one. Hopefully you watched our draft video. Otherwise, you can go back and find that and watch games 1 and 2. We flooded out in game 1 and just didn't draw enough to interact effectively. And then game 2, we did manage to draw it out. We were at 9 poison, 1 proliferate trigger away from death. But we got there. I'm sure very frustrating for our opponent, being at just needing to draw a proliferate effect. So I don't love this hand because we have 4 lands and the chance of flooding is really strong. We can't get the VAT down on turn 1 because Terramorphic we could use to search up for black. However, I think I'm going to keep. It could be a mulligan. I think I'm going to keep because we search for black. Turn 2, turn 3, turn 4. And we've definitely got the lands for it. Hopefully with filtering out another land, we won't flood. We're only running 16 lands. So again, flooding shouldn't be as big of a concern. Oh, and instead we draw the swamp. Do we need to play it? No, I think still filtering out a land for the swamp is better. The VAT doesn't do anything without other creatures or other things on board. So getting it down is interesting. Okay, looks like we've got perhaps we hit another land here, which kind of sucks, but a green-red oils with this Scrap Gorger, really good card. Lets them ramp and yeah, that's fine. Move things, like, it just does so many things. And oof, okay, we are cancel. Not too pleased to see yet another land. We knew this was a potential here. I honestly, if we're gonna be up against a kind of fast green-red oils deck and flooding out at the same time, that's fine. We'll just get it over with quick and then move on. We'll see what they've got. I think we're willing to make this trade here. I'd like to get them poisoned and all of that, but getting some counters on the VAT. Yikes. Another Scrap Gorger. That's pretty good. Yeah, unfortunately the exiling stuff from our graveyard really makes the VAT pretty bad. So here we can annex a Scrap Gorger. We could force them to sack the Cankerbloom, but honestly, they can't. Yeah, I think we have the artifacts right now. The Enforcer blocks the Cankerbloom. I think putting out our 4-drop is just better. It does have Vigilance. It does get to potentially attack in when we They'll likely turn their Scrap Gorger on, we'll annex it, and then they can't kill this off yet without a trick. So, and we do want to get rid of those so we can have stuff in our graveyard too. Yeah, okay, so they blow it up. That's fine. Yeah, we'll take the 3 here. Unless we draw something way better, I think we do annex the Scrap Gorger. Yeah, they'll probably try and remove our things, so yeah, the draw some hits is actually fine to come and tap since we have 3 that we want to play. This will block the Canker Bloom. This also, even if it goes away and they get the Scrap Gorger back, it at least will remove those counters and they have to work towards it again. With our recursion focus, or a little bit of recursion, that graveyard removal is actually going to hurt us. We have the Dross Pits, which we don't need for, unless we draw like Kaya and we really want to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 her out sooner. We can sack that to draw. Yeah, we're going to attack since we can't block with that might. Just try and get some toxic on them. I think we're willing to take this, trade this for a trick here. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, this is going to be a rough one, though, just as they get to keep exiling our graveyard. We can do that at end of turn. That way, in case they do kill it and try and go, we have the mana to recur it before they can exile it. It's not the greatest, but I think getting any recursion before they can exile it is just going to be critical. There's no point to attack. If I could give it like Death Touch or something, that'd be great, but I think, again, we're happy to trade here for either a trick or something here. They likely equip on the Canker Bloom, just because then it doesn't die. Yeah, that's unfortunate. And then the question is, do we just take 3? And I think the answer is yes. We're not in danger of Toxic. If we can get them, our opponent Toxics, we can get some lifelink, Death Touch going here. We're going to sacrifice this in turn. So the only bad draw here, I think, is Kaya, or perhaps land. That's all right, because we have enough now to play out Kaya. We really just need to draw gas and not more lands, and unfortunately, that's not what we're doing. So, because we can't, these guys don't have reach, right? Because we can't block the Canker Bloom anymore, and we're just gonna die to it, we're gonna at least do as much damage as we can. Hopefully, again, this gets, yeah, that's fine. We're really dying here pretty quick. flooding out, not good. It's confirmed. I can confirm flooding out, not good, without some draw effects or some other things. So, okay, well, at least we've got something to somewhat hold the board. Forces out a trick of some sort. I will play a land, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have our 7. Question is, do I need to hold up a blocker, or do I take the damage in Bone Picker Scourge right now? Because we're gonna plan to block here to stop the toxic, force them to either have a trick or something, and then we'll take the 3, go to 4. Yeah, I think we're not set on throwing this away yet. Our opponent being able to exile stuff out of our graveyard really hurts. Sucks. So, in response, yeah, okay, that's bad. But we don't get to respond to that. I feel like we should get a response to that. And we had the mana for it. Maybe I'm... well, we'll just Infectious Inquiry and kill ourselves. We'll have to go back and see. Let us know in the comments. Let us see, should we not get a response to Armored Scrap Forger? Ultimately, it wouldn't have mattered, because they have the other one. They tap in response to exile it when we try and return a target card. Is it? No, it's a target card from a graveyard. So let's say, is it not targeted whenever? So we'll have to go back and see. Maybe I didn't have the mana. Oh, it could only activate as a sorcery. That's why. Okay. This is not instant speed. That's why we didn't get a response to it. Because it is a triggered ability, so... Okay. Yeah, this one just... Not a great matchup. Double Armored Scrap Gorgers and flooding out. So let's go to the next one. Alright, 2-1. Can we redeem ourselves? Let's find out. So 2 losses here, both of them in flooding out. So going down to 16 lands doesn't seem like it was bad. We knew there was a chance at 4 land of flooding out there. If we hadn't flooded out and we had gotten a few more removals or things, I think we were in a fine spot. Here, because we don't have black and we just have 4 planes, we can't get a turn 3. We do need to draw something. I am going to mull this one. And now, of course, we have 2 black and no planes, and so we're going to get starved, and that's the way these things tend to go, so that's alright. I'm going to keep 6. The question is, what do we send back? And it could be the Shepherd, because it needs double white. But I think it's the Swooping Lookout, because unless we draw white right away, we play 1, 2, 3. we just have better things to do, and if we're... So that could be wrong. It could be the Shepherd. But I think with what our deck wants is... and the fact that we've been drawing a ridiculous amount of lands, has perhaps jaded me into saying, like, I'm just going to keep the big stuff. Alright, draw another Swamp, get punished. We can at least play our Stinging Hive Master. Branch Blight Stalker, good. Frost Pits, not so good. Here we are very happy to trade. Okay, cool. Get rid of our Vat. That's fine. We'll trade that. Might. Alright, at least that gives us something. Next, I'll attack. Give them poison. We have this. It's essentially a Plains. If we draw Plains next turn, we can play out the Shepherd. Cool. Yeah, I'll take that poison. You get to draw a card. We'll attack. We're gonna give them. We gotta try and get corrupted as quickly as possible. Here, so we can start draining off of the Atlas. Our Enforcer as a 4/4 Vig is pretty good. Cool. Alright, so we're in decent shape. Our opponent has some draw, which is going to be pretty good for them. Looks like they might have enough, or tend to have some proliferate. Okay, looking for a basic, so not sure what they've got. Here's where we send everybody in, the damage, get them corrupted so we can start trading this one. And I just think we play another Enforcer. We get the drain 4, 8, 9, 10 on their next turn. I don't think we need to play the Swamp. We'll keep cards in hand to look like we've got something. Sure. Atlas is good for my opponent. They have ramped and hit all these colors. I'm not sure why they went for Thirsting Roots on a basic instead of proliferating. But they get to bring back a Branch Blight Stalker. And that seems fine. Let's... I don't mind trading this because, well, these guys get vigilant, so they stay up. So let's just attack all. If he wants to trade for the might, that's fine. I think we... discard that. Yeah, it turns our Enforcers into 2/4s again, which is fine, but they're both lethal. Here, because that emergence can't be good for us, I think we'll just spend all of our mana, put our opponent down to 3, and then they've got to remove 2 creatures off the board. down 2 blockers to have a chance here. So we will see. Nissa seems pretty good. Can Nissa do?
Welcome, my companion.
Alright, we create... Or they created an 8/8 horror. I think... unless I'm wrong, they can only block one thing and they're still dead. Yeah, I was gonna say, this is good. Putting down an 8/8 horror is good, but I think getting them down there, they needed, like we said, they needed 2 blockers or to remove a creature and a blocker. So I think Nissa good, a little too late. Too little, too late for them. We'll take it. Our opponent, I think, got a little mana flooded, and so it wasn't the greatest match for them. But I'm not sure, again, on that Thirsting Roots play. Maybe just thinning the deck out was the thought to draw into more gas. I think if they had proliferated, that would have corrupted us and potentially would have been more valuable for some of the things they had. I don't know. They weren't necessarily looking for a proliferate win, so it's hard to say. I don't know what they had in it. I can't say that was a bad play, and it may have been just what they had to dig into some gas. So, all right, we're 2-2. Let's see if we can get a 3rd win before a 3rd loss. And then this will probably be the last one for this session. Either way, I've got to go into work here in a little bit. Okay, this is better. So, and this is, I think, fine to keep. Because we'll spend this on black. We don't have any 2-drops. But if we do draw a 2-drop, then we can play it on turn 2. Alright. Reservoirs. Okay, we've got something interesting. We're gonna find a swamp. Get the right thing. Vraska's Fall can be good depending on what they put down. We are a turn kind of behind. So if they're able to put out 2 creatures, I still think it's good. It gives them a poison counter. It forces them to sack something. The Sawblade Scamp can be pretty good with this Churning Reservoir. So even if they have a better creature and they get rid of this. Yeah, that's the problem though, is now when they can sack the Goblin, and then now this combo goes out here, so I think we have to exile the Reservoir. Is that's just going to give them too much value with being able to just kind of do all of that nonsense. And then we can Vraska's Fall away. So at this point, they need to get rid of this. That's fine. And then get another Goblin. Yeah, that seems like a good sequence for my opponent here. I don't have enough black to do all of these things. I really do want to Vat of Rebirth. There's nothing to Vat Emergence. I mean, I can get the Sentry back. Force them on that. This is They've got a good little engine here. So, not looking great. Getting another swamp is good for us. Do we vat emergence? No, I think it only goes to hand. But it's 3. If we draw to the land, we can put 2 3s down. So I think it is better. We can at least block something here. Our opponent getting to go wide makes this Vraska's Fall really bad for now. So we didn't activated abilities, so it's still trigger on that. So I think we still want to play the Sentry, steal this again, because that's just so problematic. And then we can Planar Disruption on the Scamp, so that even if they do bring it back, we've got better pieces. The question is, can we afford to attack? The Toxic 2 would be nice. Will they quadruple block? Otherwise, we can eat up 1, we take 3, go to 9. Yeah, I think with the Bone Picker Scourges and things, we do need to get them toxic. Sure. And if they have a way to +2/+2, yeah, that's fine. I am happy to trade off for 2 and a trick. Because at some point our Vraska's Fall does get pretty good. Do we have anything else to bring back? No. So we don't want to vat emergence until we have something else, I think. And then the question is, do we Planar Disruption something? No, I don't think these... No attacks. I don't think we need to risk our Sentry. I think we're in fine shape. Our opponent doesn't have good attacks. We've got lots of cards in hand, but we might have stabilized here. So now the question is, do we attack with the Hive Master? Yeah, I think we do. We see what they want to do about it. I'm happy to trade it for 2 goblins. I'm happy to get them corrupted, or on the path to corruption. I still don't think Vraska's Fall is good yet. At some point, they'll just get rid of the Scamp. So... yeah, I think we play the Enforcer. We have 2 artifacts. The 4/4 Vigilance is just going to be powerful enough, I think, to force our opponent to have to address things. We've kind of shut down their engine. We just want to protect the Sentry, keep this guy from going. Ooh. Okay, what does cost?
Mercy is earned.
Equal the number of
Phyrexia
mountains
deserves
I control.
none.
Okay, so they can kill off my Enforcer.
This is for
Yeah,
the
that's
fallen.
pretty good. So I think Planar Disruption on the Koth is the right play then. Let's go attack. attack. I don't need to attack Koth if it's planar disrupted. Take another hit. Down an Atlas. Get them one step closer to corruptions. That puts us at 7 if we do draw Zekaya, which can be pretty good. Our opponent is mono red, and so that Koth getting mountains out of the graveyard or out of the deck, like, it's pretty bad. Okay. So you get to deal my sentry. Do you have a way to sack it? You're just gonna attack me with it? Okay, that's fine. As much damage on the board as possible. Here, I think there's no reason not to, well, the only reason would be to hold back for blockers. We're going to play the Orthodoxy Enforcer. We need to, and we get them closer. Yeah, they're tapped out. I think getting them toxic. We can, Vraska's Fall, they'll just sack one of their disruption pieces. So I'm not as worried about that. If and before we do that, we'll probably hit Koth for 1 just to kill him so they don't have an easy sack. They at least have to sack the Sawblade Scamp. We do want to tap our Atlas for some color, just to deal the damage to them. And here the 3-2, again, I think I'm happy to... Yeah, we have Vigilance on this. I'm happy for them to kill the Hive Master, because then I get to Vat Reemergence and get some extra value there. Otherwise, like, they can't afford to take 7. They can, yeah, go for a trade here. That's fine. Take 4. They're at a virtual 4 because of my piece there. And then... question is, do we need one of their creatures? Our creature can't block this turn. I think we get the most value off of our graveyard getting the Embracer Paladin. Decides that's enough. Okay. All right. Well, we did it. We got to our 3rd win. Thanks for watching games 3, 4, and 5 here. That feels better. That the deck did some things and kind of performed better. It's always a little risky. I never sure if I didn't draft well, if the deck didn't play well. Those 2 losses were definitely some flood games, but could I have done something better to drag them out or to give myself a better chance to win? I don't know. But always, leave some comments. Let me know if you see anything or what, especially on those losses, what we could have done differently. Even on the wins, if there was maybe a better line, so we would have had a better chance to maximize our likelihood to win, let us know. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all next time.